Why I wouldn't recommend Jujutsu Kaisen to new shonen viewers. Jujutsu Kaisen, a beautiful piece of art that works off its predecessors' mistakes and successes to make the perfect shonen. It's amazing how well it is written, so why would I not recommend it to new shonen viewers? That exact reason. It's too good. Well, that's not what I mean. There are two reasons. The more shonen you read or watch, the better you'll understand Jujutsu Kaisen and even some of its character motivations, and it will most likely ruin other shonens. Let's get on to the first part. We aren't going to go into spoilers of the manga because mainly I only know a few. Because, as I am a professional Meti Not the Bad Guy watcher, and through him are the only spoilers I know, I really can't spoil anything. I can, but I don't want to. Anyway, let's start with labeling problems that many shonen shows have. Mainly the big three, not One Piece because I don't have enough energy to either watch or read it. First, power clipping. Dragon Ball, I'm looking at you. Dragon Ball is not part of the big three, but it influenced them massively. Did I say the fuck did I say that? Fuck. Dragon Ball is not part of the big three, but it influenced them massively. There we go. I'm not annoyed by that. Useless female characters / badly written. Naruto, this is on you. And third, too many tropes. Okay. And fourth, interrupting the fight. That one's actually in order, so I can keep that there. Okay, let's go on to number one. Yeah, I know it's not finished, but we can see the big bad. If I'm right about it, which I'm probably not, I'm a dumbass. Right now in the anime we know who the big bad is, what they want, and how they plan to do it. And how much of a dick Mojito is. R.I.P. Junpei. Top nigga. We just wish it was retconned in the anime. We know how powerful, roughly, the main villain is, but we know he's weaker than a fully powered Sakura through inferring. So at least our main character, Itadori, doesn't need to get stronger. All he needs to do is a Naruto and befriend Sakura. But we know he's not going to do that, because the author isn't bad. Oh, also Secunda's character. Secunda's? I'm not playing fucking Persona 3 game of Sukuna's character. So what will our characters do? Get stronger. Basically, getting stronger in this series doesn't necessarily mean strength and speed, but it could. From what I've gathered, and this is me saying this, you don't need to take this truthfully, it means skill. Skill means control over the cursed energy and finesse when using it. In Itadori's case, we haven't seen his ability, if I'm correct, because he doesn't have one. I don't think he has one, so yeah, this whole point doesn't make sense. I think they said he couldn't have one. So basically what I was saying is, I was watching clips obviously because I needed clips of this, so I'd have something to talk, something to put over my talking, and I saw a clip saying that he doesn't have one. I don't know if I'm right about that, but what I was saying, what I have written down is that he might get an ability that works in tandem with Chimera's Shadow Garden and the Straw Doll technique, so that we can have like a triple thing and kill the main baddie with that, or we just get Gojo, and Gojo's gonna die, something like that. But it's probably not, because we know how this author is. Badass. Yeah, that was all speculation, where I think the shonen genre can possibly evolve doing the author's style, but like it's probably unlikely to happen, because like I said, I don't think he can have an ability, and physical increases are unlikely to happen either. So yeah, this is a whole fuck up because I realise my writing is wrong. I'm bad at this. Oof. Bloody hell. Number 2. Tropes in shonen are what makes it fun sometimes. They are what makes a shonen they are what makes shonen a shut your brain off kind of genre. They also annoyed the hell out of me. The annoying main characters, the cringy edgelord rivals, the dark and depressed, the useless main girl that's either the love interest of the main guy, or the rival, the random girl that wants the main character's attention, the little sister, blah blah blah, you get it. Firstly, I wouldn't call Itadori annoying, and I don't think anyone thinks he's very annoying. If you disagree with that, get bullied in my comments. Or don't, there's probably none. Main characters in Battle Shonen tend to have a major goal, which is usually based on strength. Pirate King, Hokage, number 1 hero, etc, etc. I didn't just say etc because I ran out of ideas. Itadori's goal so far is to make sure people have proper deaths, and despite all these protagonists being really selfless, his is the most selfish goal. For a guy that isn't the most selfless character. Shonen main character at least. Fucking hell, he is definitely not the most selfless. Oh my god. Anyway, he knows he's going to die, but it hasn't sunk in yet, or he's probably just ignoring it. Despite all these protagonists. Oh, one sec. Again, I don't know where the manga goes from the ending of the show, but he's the least shonen-y protagonist I've seen from the genre, and that's probably because his goal isn't to do with strength. Also, the fact that literally any character can become the main character, and that's because they're all good, and they're all good characters, and they're so great that they're on the level of main protagonist level writing from any other author. He's also not talking about his reason he chose this every chance he gets. At least with the Uchiha massacre, we only got flashback that a couple times. Talking about the edgy guy, where am I? Talking about edgy loner boy, let's get on to that. First thing, he's not edgy, he's just weird. And that's because his dad ran away with his mom after they were born because, stuff. And then he had to look after his sister or something. Oh yeah. Unlike that trope, he actually changes because of what the main character said. He also didn't ignore Gojo when he told him to stop holding back. This goes against the trope of the edgy loner boys because they're loners. They don't listen to other people because they're tough Sigma males. They're probably not Sigma, they're probably Alpha. I'm Sigma. I'm definitely a Sigma. Oh yeah, about that stop holding back scene, here you go. You've been good. Have a clip.
イメージしろ。自由に限界を超えた未来の自分をやってやるよ。確かな土壌、一握りのセンスと想像力、あとは些細なきっかけで人は変わる。領域展開。漢語安永て不完全。ブサイクもいいとこだ。だが今はこれでいい。
The times he changes are multiple. The first one is after Itadori dies, he hands back the prisoner tag to the prisoner's mum just because he felt like it would be a good thing to do. And Itadori wanted him to bring back the body. He wasn't going to do the overly selfless, stupid thing that Itadori would have done, but he found a middle ground. There's also the final scene where both Itadori and Megumi are talking with a different person and not telling them that it's Itadori's fault that people are dying. Itadori isn't doing it selfishly, and is doing it so Megumi wouldn't blame himself and say that it's his fault that people are dying because he let Itadori live. Megumi does the same thing, but because he thought Itadori would feel guilty because Shonen main character. This goes completely against the rivalry thingy, because in most Battle Shonen, the edgy rival doesn't care for the MC in the slightest. Before we get onto the third topic, I want to talk a bit more about Itadori. Another thing about They normally have a really important character trait that they never betray. Itadori obviously has one, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But one of them that you suspected believe is that he doesn't want to kill humans because of the way, and because of it goes against how Mojito is the most human curse, and he hates Mojito the most. That's a nice little dichotomy they've got going there. But also the fact that he doesn't want to kill humans comes up when he's fighting Mojito, because Mojito just fucking summons human things, and he's like, I want to give these guys a proper death. And if it was any other shonen main character, they wouldn't have killed those. They would have figured a way to shut them down and let them have a peaceful death. No, he kills them. And then in the end, in the finals, the greatest battle in the entire show, the 10 out of 10 episodes, he kills more humans. More human-like curses. The most human curses. These are people with family, people he would treat as humans. He isn't like any other shonen main character. He isn't stupid. He learns. Number 3. Let's go. I know I didn't end it on the segue that I was supposed to be. Well, you know. Oh, come on. That segue was good. Let me just go on to what the segue is real quick. It's like, now we get on to our third topic, because it's an easy segue into something I have already wrote. There we go. Now let's go on to it. Number 3. Let's go. Well, do I need to talk about the female characters in Jujutsu Kaisen? No, because they are amazing. And if you are disagreeing with me, you are either a neckbeard-wearing manlet who believes women exist to cook, clean, bear children, and sexually please them, even though the last time a girl talked to them, they were telling them to make frick off to a shower because they smell like crap and they didn't want them anywhere near them. But instead, they went home to a room that smells 5 times worse than them, if that's even possible, to complain to Reddit and their child picture-sharing Discord servers about how women over the age of 15 only like bad boys that walk all over them and don't like nice guys, and they get flamed because not even child lovers are that stupid, and then they cry to their mum over the phone because no one likes them, and she hangs up because her child is a failure! And, or you haven't watched the final couple episodes. I mean, they're pretty good. You should. Where am I? Let's talk Sakura for a bit. Sakura in early Naruto was at least showing potential. She was whiny and useless in the Land of the Waves, but she came back up a little in the tuning exams, even though she is an idiot, in that she could have went for the knees. She could have went for the fucking knees! Anyway, I'll accept her being useless for the remaining part of OG Naruto, because that would lead well into a character arc in Shippuden. I don't blame Kishimoto for this, because he knows he wouldn't be able to make her character arc good, because he can't write women, even though Tamari exists. To be fair, all Kishimoto wanted to do was look at feet, and that's why he drew them all with open-toed sandals. And that's why he loved the anime so much. Anyway, getting back on topic, Sakura was almost not a failure. But my problem with her is that she kick-started or re-emerged the useless girl trope in Shonen. Now this is where our girls come in. Nobara. Well, girl, but you know, I'm not talking about the other girls yet. Or at all. She started off by imposing herself on a modelling agency and then trying to do a mission by herself. And she also hates how people judge of her, but that's the first thing she does. She's a hypocrite, which is one character trait. I didn't write that down, I wrote the hypocrite part down. I just didn't write the fact that this is a character trait, which makes her, at first, better. Because it's not just a character trait, there's character in there. She shows character. Sakura, her easiest comparison, why I chose her, that's not an insult by the way, has a loose set of character traits. SAO bridge scene, now. And not a character. Now onto her being useful. Despite when she first arrives she misses a curse, she still is the one to dispatch it. Itadori helps her, yes, but that doesn't make her useless. Then there's the scene where she gets taken by some curses as Itadori and Megumi deal with the special class curse, which is shifted around later in the final couple episodes. But she doesn't sit there useless wanting help and waiting for it. She acts on it. She's not Sakura. She acts on her want to survive, and kills those motherfucking cursors. Yeah, she fights her way out, and she survives until Megami gets to her. Obviously, she was looking dire, but at least she wasn't going to be useless. She probably would have hit them with the hammer once she ran out of nails, which she had when Megami got there. And you may be like, she's still useless if she couldn't escape by herself. But wait, how would you feel if you had to take on, let's say for fairness sake, 50 10-year-olds in a fight at once? I know you, who are watching this, is probably not of athletic body. How's your stamina going to hold up? Let's see who's useless then. Just to hammer the nail in. I'll do one more example. The final couple episodes. I don't need to explain that. Just watch them. And because, at this point, I have 0 subscribers that aren't me, I will show you the clip. Because I'm nice. Here you go. Here's the clip. Love it.
当たれば勝ちの術式強いなお前らでも残念私との相性最悪だよスレージ法友なり我慢比べしよっか痛いのは嫌だろならさっさと泣きながら術式解けよ
Oh yeah, by the way, if you want me to talk about the other girls, and a lot of people like your comment, I might try to do a video on it, but if it doesn't work for me, I'll mention it in the comments, or whatever the latest video is on my channel, because, you know, I still need to do my style, and it's hard to do videos, fucking hell. Oh, that's the whole thing done, and I don't have a fan in the background. Let's get this over with. Okay, let's continue this. My god, okay. Number 4, the unluckiest number. Jujutsu Kaisen is weird for this because it is the second most prolific usage of the technique, if I'm remembering correctly, but number 1 might just be remembered because they are so much more boring. Number 1 is Demon Slayer. What I'm talking about is interrupting fights. Now, I don't know about the manga, but I think that Jujutsu Kaisen's reasons for their interruptions are so much better than anything else's because of how they're stylized. Especially the Black Flash one. That's so good. I don't have a clip for you, but I mean, they still can be stylized in the manga, but it's amazingly integrated into the show, and it doesn't feel like interrupting, and more like making it feel better. The problem might be that others are long dragged out sequences that inject in the scene, while Jujutsu Kaisen's fights are basically built to have backstory or whatever explanations gloated on like garnish, and then not just decoration. Most of these would probably fall apart without the interruptions, whereas some other anime that doesn't even have to be shonen could have scenes that would work way better without interrupting it. Let's talk about the Black Flash interruption, like I mentioned earlier. I look back and I can't see it without my boy, my absolute lad, Nanami, describing what the world record for the Black Flash is, whilst also hyping it up to be one of the staples of the series and a big influence on one of the greatest arcs that I know of that are in the manga. Mahito equals dickhead. So, to end that little chapter off, the interruptions are so fantastic in it. They're so beautifully worked in that if you just, I get if you just watch the scene and you just see the interruptions, it might get boring, but as you're watching the episode, the interruptions seem so perfect. So what I'm saying is, in this ad-lib nonsense, is that the interruptions are perfect for Jujutsu Kaisen, whereas Demon Slayer's stupid fucking interruptions would have made episode fucking, 19 or 17, I can't remember. Like, the viral one, that viral episode would have been so good if the interruption was, like, 2 times shorter. The episode had more time to, like, work on the scene, and it would have been way better. So, what I'm saying is, come on. Make it better. Now we talk why I wouldn't recommend Jujutsu Kaisen to new viewers. All these points I have brought up have an antithesis that I mentioned in each of their parts, but I'll mention them again. Power Cliffing's antithesis is Dragon Ball, where the characters get insanely powerful, tropes are everywhere. Sakura is a very useless character, and Demon Slayer and Naruto interrupt fights for no reason practically. There aren't Now, these aren't incredibly bad things. In fact, you could deal with them regularly. In fact, for certain ones, people like them. Because that's what shonen, and more specifically battle shonen, is about. Shut your brain off. Just imagine you're new to anime and you come across Jujutsu Kaisen, basically ruining the battle shonen genre for yourself. But knowing what I was like when I was a weebler, I would watch anything. Why the hell did I watch Pupa? Let me say that again. Why the hell did I watch Pupa? I'm keeping that in. Those 3 episodes haunt me to my core. The main reason is that it works so much better if you know what it is improving upon and how it expands our thoughts on how well a battle shonen can be. It's amazing how much better Jujutsu Kaisen is when you know all the tropes and all of the story beats. This is why I wouldn't recommend Jujutsu Kaisen to new viewers or shonen or anime in general. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, and if you want to know more, you don't know when the next video is dropping, then subscribe and hit the bell. Comment ideas for what you want me to do, but trust me, I have a lot of videos idea already, so I'm not going to lie to you, I probably won't do it, unless it's really good. Oh, by the way, this is my first finished script, but I know for a fact that this isn't my second video on this channel. Just wanted you to know that. Now, I'm going to leave you with some words of wisdom from my last draft of script. A series like Jujutsu Kaisen is rare, because it's like the rising sun on a new day for shonen. Hopefully, because I want to enjoy it again like I did when I was just a little weebler watching Dragon Ball Super and not caring if Goku is just a character trait now. Jujutsu Kaisen is like an S-tier rabbit, and I am Kirito from SAO Bridge. Except I don't reference movies, I reference anime and Doctor Who. So, if you enjoyed that little nugget of wisdom, please like and subscribe to Raw QDP. Love the guy. Absolute Chad. So, please like and subscribe to him and not me. Well, you could like and subscribe to me as well, but mainly Raw QDP, okay? Get him. So many subscribers. He deserves it.